Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Hub. In what many are calling a landmark moment for Iraq's financial evolution, the nation's official gazette has formally documented a pivotal change. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, now has complete and independent authority over the country's foreign exchange operations. This is far from a routine regulatory update. It marks the beginning of a bold new era in Iraq's monetary governance. For nearly 20 years, the central bank's efforts were limited by layers of bureaucracy, fluctuating political agendas, and restrictions on its independence. Now, those limitations had been decisively removed. The CBI can independently direct Iraq's foreign exchange policy, ushering in the possibility of a dynamic, more transparent, and globally connected financial ecosystem. Experts worldwide are identifying this development as Iraq's most impactful economic shift since 2003, when the country began reconstructing its fiscal infrastructure after conflict. This pivotal change is not going unnoticed. International investors, especially those with stakes in the Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, and Zimbabwean dollar, are closely monitoring the situation. Portfolio managers are actively reconsidering investment strategies and asset allocations in anticipation of a potential global currency recalibration. Iraq's top political leaders have signaled support for the CBI's vision, aligning institutional power behind the bank. This alignment serves as a strong indication that Iraq may finally be ready to establish itself as a serious and dependable economic contender on the world financial stage. With publication in Iraq's National Gazette, the Central Bank of Iraq now holds sweeping new legal powers to control the country's exchange rates, manage cross-border currency flows, and craft liquidity strategies. These responsibilities were once shared among various ministries, resulting in sluggish decision-making and missed opportunities. Now, the CBI can act swiftly and independently, mirroring the operational autonomy of central banks in developed economies. Analysts from leading international financial organizations have praised this reform as a long-overdue step, essential for Iraq's macroeconomic modernization. Bloomberg has already reported rising dinar trading activity, with institutional investors showing renewed interest after years of hesitation due to Iraq's political volatility. Forecasts now suggest the dinar may experience a steady appreciation trend as confidence returns to the market. This change is also causing ripple effects across neighboring economies, particularly among holders of the Vietnamese Dong and Zimbabwean dollar. As Iraq implements these reforms, investors are beginning to recognize similarities among these three nations, each with undervalued currencies and unrealized economic potential. The CBI's newfound independence is seen as a possible blueprint for transformation in other emerging markets. With this authority, the bank is expected to initiate a comprehensive monetary overhaul that will bring Iraq closer to international best practices, finance and economic management. This transition isn't just about a stronger dinar, it's a total restructuring of Iraq's financial system. Sources indicate the CBI is gearing up for a major push in enforcing exchange rate transparency, improving remittance oversight, and adhering to Financial Action Task Force (FATF) protocols. There is even discussion around implementing digital currency settlement systems. These plans are not hypothetical. Insiders say the CBI is working on real-time reserve audits, developing international reporting structures, and reducing dependence on US dollar-based transactions. The central bank aims to replace reactive policies with forward-looking strategies. Global institutions like the IMF and World Bank are rumored to be reviewing Iraq's credit outlook, with upgrades possibly coming by late 2025. Traders and currency analysts are factoring these developments into new predictive models, prompting revised expectations for dinar value over the next several quarters. Interest is also increasing among Vietnamese and Zimbabwean currency investors, who see Iraq's reform as a test case for how central bank autonomy can lead to financial rejuvenation. Like Iraq, these countries face challenges: currency instability, lack of digital infrastructure, and political complexities. Yet the CBI's legal victory is sparking serious debate in Hanoi and Harare about taking similar steps. If the reforms are successfully implemented, Iraq could become the example other reforming nations follow in pursuit of fiscal credibility and monetary sovereignty. Even with this legal empowerment, the real challenge lies in execution. The central bank must prove that it can act efficiently and transparently. CBI Governor Ali Mohsen Al-Alak has already outlined several key initiatives in recent public briefings. Among them are the modernization of currency auctions, the deployment of advanced digital tools for tracking cross-border payments, and the recruitment of international auditing partners to validate performance. These measures are intended to stabilize the dinar, boost liquidity, and reduce Iraq's dependence on informal financial channels. Still, the country's history of institutional fragility poses hurdles. Yet, for the first time in years, optimism is beginning to take hold among Iraq's banking and investment communities. Domestic financial institutions are now preparing to implement the new regulatory and compliance infrastructure necessary to support a globally integrated currency. For dinar holders, each move by the CBI signals that the currency is shifting from being speculative to structured. Investors in the don and Zimbabwean dollar are increasingly treating Iraq's transformation as a benchmark. The shift in sentiment could lead to a broad reclassification of these currencies from fringe investments to legitimate, data-driven economic plays. This may signal a broader change in how the global investment community views speculative currencies, shifting from hopeful speculation to cautious but calculated optimism. Iraq isn't alone in this evolution. Both Vietnam and Zimbabwe are also undergoing major monetary shifts. Vietnam is pushing hard to upgrade its foreign exchange systems and is exploring a pilot for a state-backed digital currency. Zimbabwe, despite facing severe inflation, has introduced a gold-backed digital token aimed at stabilizing its financial environment. These countries, together with Iraq, form what experts are calling a currency triad, emerging markets rich in resources, working to convert undervalued currencies into reliable financial instruments. London's sovereign wealth consultancy has described this as a rare investment opportunity, highlighting the high-risk, high-reward profile of these assets. The success of Iraq's model now exerts pressure on Vietnam and Zimbabwe to move more aggressively toward financial transparency and policy modernization. If they do, a new class of rebranded, reform-driven currencies could emerge. This triad offers a potential hedge for diversified portfolios that seek value grounded in fundamentals rather than hype. With sustained momentum, these currencies could move from the fringes of global finance into the realm of structured reserve assets. The broader implication is that developing economies with strong reform agendas can reposition their currencies and attract serious international investment if they follow through with credible and strategic reforms. Economists are cautiously optimistic. Dr. Helena Marcus, a senior analyst at the Global Currency Institute, describes Iraq's move as a foundational shift in regional monetary governance. She emphasizes that cutting political influence from monetary policy opens the door to efficient technocratic management critical for building international credibility. James Bartlett, senior currency strategist at Forex Intel Group, adds that current simulations show gradual appreciation of the dinar is achievable within 6 to 18 months if policy execution remains strong. Iraq could even rejoin key financial networks like SWIFT and regional indexes by 2026, giving the dinar real visibility in international financial operations. There's also growing evidence of rising activity in the middle denominations of the dinar, dong, and Zimbabwean dollar. Off-market exchanges are seeing increased transaction volume, especially from online investor communities. Brokers are reporting a shift from long-standing speculation towards strategic accumulation. The wild rumors that once filled information voids are now being replaced with factual updates, legal confirmations, and expert analysis. For serious investors, this new environment offers a mix of opportunities and challenges. It demands ongoing monitoring, thoughtful strategy adjustments, and a readiness to move with the changing market. For almost 20 years, the Iraqi dinar has remained on the fringes, regarded more as a speculative asset than a functional currency. Political instability, limited transparency, and inconsistent governance left the dinar in a shadow economy. Today, with the Central Bank of Iraq assuming full control of foreign exchange and liquidity strategy, that reality is changing. The dinar is beginning to gain institutional legitimacy. It's no longer just a hope-filled bet, it's becoming part of serious financial discussions. Leading financial institutions with a focus on frontier markets are taking notice, and Iraq may soon be eligible for broader economic partnerships if current trends hold. Iraq could see its dinar included in regional currency baskets and recognized by global development banks. Such inclusion would dramatically enhance the currency's utility. It would also boost Iraq's access to development financing that depends on financial accountability. Meanwhile, Vietnamese and Zimbabwean investors are pushing their own governments to implement similar reforms before Iraq pulls too far ahead. Transparency, digital tools, and empowered institutions are emerging as the core pillars for revaluation. The speculative era is giving way to a model rooted in fundamentals and real governance. This moment represents a turning point not just for Iraq, but for the entire concept of undervalued currencies. The CBI's new legal status is reshaping how these currencies are viewed globally. Fiscal reform, central bank independence, and credible legislation now form the new standards for currency legitimacy. Investors who adjust their strategies early, based on these criteria, may benefit from a new investment cycle unlike anything seen in recent decades. From Baghdad to Hanoi to Harare, the message is clear real reform is the key to real value. A global rethinking of how currencies operate in emerging markets is underway. Disclaimer: this content is provided for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Investing in foreign currencies carries significant risk. Readers should consult with licensed financial advisors and conduct their own research before making investment decisions. And that wraps up this in-depth report on Iraq's historic shift in monetary policy and its global implications. If you found value in this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Iraqi Dinar Hub, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a critical update. As Iraq, Vietnam, and Zimbabwe move through transformative phases, we'll be right here tracking every development with clarity and precision. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know how you're preparing for this evolving currency landscape. Until next time, stay informed, stay strategic, and, as always, invest wisely.